Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting night of Roll the Dice. If you haven't seen us before, we are an improv comedy show where everything is made up on the spot. All the games we play, all of the shenanigans we get up to, everything is going to unroll right before your eyes, never before seen. Even the games we're going to play are completely up to the whims of chance. We don't know what we're going to do until we roll the dice and find out. So throughout the show, we're going to be getting some suggestions from you. Go ahead and type those in the YouTube chat when we ask for them. It'll be monitored to make sure that we see all your great suggestions. We'll get started in just a minute with our first game. But to kick things off, I already told you who we are as a collective. We are Roll the Dice. My name is Josh. I'll be your host. And let's meet the rest of our performers for tonight.
I'm Mark.
Tracy.
And Ben.
Right, and together we are, as I said, Roll the Dice. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our first game, whatever that might be. Mark, can you give us a roll of the die so we can find out what we're doing first?
I sure can. Boom.
Number 16, which is loading. Number
Really
16, the vast
Suspense.
blankness of Microsoft Edge, or an improv game better known
I haven't played that one before.
hiding there somewhere.
What's the list?
I don't think you'll find our games on Amazon. However,
Like everything.
I can do is show that number 16 is a game called Three-Headed Expert, which is a game for all three of our performers and me as your host. And for this game, we need some suggestions from you, the audience. We need a topic that someone might be an expert in, any topic at all. And then we need just some questions you might ask an expert in that topic. So let's get some suggestions for topics first. And then once we pick a topic, drop some suggestions for questions you might want to know in the chat as well. And then we'll get started with that in just a moment. While we're waiting for those suggestions to roll in, as I said, we are Roll the Dice. We are currently a Zoom-based improv group. We are physically based here in Omaha, Nebraska, but we have potentially a global reach on Zoom. However, also physically in Omaha, Nebraska is Big Canvas. That is the improv comedy theater we are a collective part of. Big Canvas follows the mission of comedy for everyone. They do short form and long form improv, as well as sketch comedy and sometimes stand up, housed in their beautiful new theater in the Blackstone District in Omaha. So they are open and doing shows on Friday and Saturday nights. And so if you are interested in attending a show, they are open doing in-person shows. If you are not able to or aren't doing in-person stuff, keep joining us on Zoom. Roll the Dice does these Zoom shows every second and fourth Friday of the month. So we'll be back again in just a couple weeks to make you laugh all over again over the comfort of the internet. So we've got some suggestions that came in. The first suggestion I saw was fossils. So our expert's going to be an expert in fossils. And now, can you drop some suggestions for questions you might want to ask an expert in fossils? I saw a couple, but keep them going as I explain the gist of what we're going to be doing. As I said, we are going to be interviewing an expert on fossils. That expert is the world-leading expert on fossils, and they also have a quirk in that they have 3 heads, and each head speaks one word at a time. So our 3-headed expert is going to be composed of Mark, Ben, and Tracy. They will be answering your questions. I'll be fielding the questions as the host. So keep those questions coming. Don't feel like you have to stop them once we start. our process here. Just keep them coming. We'll get to as many as we can, and you will leave educated about the wonders of fossils. So to start things off, we're so happy you joined us today, expert. But so I don't have to keep calling you expert. Please introduce yourself.
Hello.
Hi.
A
Paleontologist.
And
my
Name.
is
Victor
Q.
Jack.
John.
Jingleheimer.
Wilson.
Well, Victor, Hugh, Jack, John, Jingleheimer, Wilson. It's wonderful to have you here. I'm just gonna call you Vic if that's okay, in the interest of time. So Vic, we have some enlightening questions. I know our audience is eager to have answered. First, could you tell us how did you get interested in fossils?
When
One
Thinks
about
the
one
fascinating.
and
they
Can't
quite
explain
why
bones
calcify
and
other
processes
you
find
it
fascinating.
Yes, that you do in fact find those other processes fascinating, I'm sure. Wonderful, wonderful, Vic. So we've got some pressing questions here, such as how do you know if an animal is truly extinct?
First,
you
explore
the
smell
because
smell.
tells
you
If
it
is
dead.
and
then
You
smell
other
areas
of
the
world.
if
you
Smell
it
then
it
does
not
be
extinct.
Fascinating. So if I'm getting this, what you're saying is when you knows, you knows. So what is a fossil made of?
Fossils
Are
composed
of
cheese
and
dirt
and
broccoli.
I have to say, that's not what I was expecting, but you are, in fact, the expert. These fossils sound much tastier than I thought they would, except for that dirt part. I think we have time for one more question. So tell me, Vic, what is the largest fossil you've ever found?
The
Largest
One
I
have
ever
found
would
astound
you
and
the
public
is
not
ready
to
witness
or
experience
such
magnitude.
Wow, I know I speak for everyone when I say I wait with bated breath to find out just how big this fossil really is when you see fit to reveal it. But for now, that is just about all the time we have. But please tell me, Vic, do you have any last thoughts or parting words of advice for any budding paleontologists out there?
Please
be
respectful
of
the
shovels
and
lakes
because
everyone
wants
something
to
love.
Oh, very true. Thank you, Vic. Hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you for your time today. Hey, great job, everybody. Let's move on to our very next game. Mark, can you give us a roll of that old Google D20? We're going to play some online Dungeons and Dragons, folks. So there it is.
Wait, okay, there we go. Ta-da!
10. Number 10 is a guessing game. And for this, we need to roll another die, a 4-sided die, to find out what guessing game it is. And it is guessing game number 1, a game called Late for Work. And for this game, I'm going to need several suggestions in the chat. I'm going to need you to list places people could work, reasons why a person might be late for work that has nothing to do with where they work, and some mode of transportation, some way to get from here to there that again has nothing to do with why someone might be late or where they work. So where someone works, mode of transportation, or sorry, where someone works, why they're late, and a mode of transportation. So drop suggestions for all 3 of those in the chat. And then the way this is going to work, in this game, one of our performers is going to be the guesser. They are going to be showing up to work late. And they're going to, unfortunately, not know why they were late. They're not going to know where they work. They're not going to know why they were late, and they're not going to know how they ended up getting there. Now, I know this seems implausible. Bear with us. They're going to have to guess these 3 things one at a time. And the way they're going to do this, one of our other improvisers is going to act as the boss and is going to drop hints as they kind of grill them on their lateness. Another improviser is going to mime behaviors and actions associated with whatever they're trying to guess. So we get the audio visuals to try to help them guess. And then myself as host, the boss, and our mimer will all sort of clue them in as they're getting close to one thing. If they're generally in the ballpark, we'll give a little golf clap. Like, let's say they work at McDonald's and they say fast food restaurant, we'll give a little golf clap. They say Burger King, maybe a little. But if they say McDonald's, woo, yeah, we'll let them know that they got it exactly right. You at home, feel free to clap along, but they won't hear you. So we'll do the clapping. So again, our guessers. We need to know who our guesser is. Who's going to be our brave guesser? Mark is going to be guessing. Excellent. I am going to send Mark into the waiting room so he can't hear us chatting. And rest assured, Mark does not have access to the YouTube stream, so he won't know your suggestions or what we decide. I'm going to kick Mark out of our show for just a couple minutes, and I'll invite him back. Don't worry. Once we've found all of our suggestions. How do I send you to the waiting room, Mark? Why is my option for that missing? Huh. Well, that's odd. I'm going to... I had to take off your hosting privileges for a moment, Mark, so we'll try to remember to put that back in so you can roll the dice for us again. But Mark, good seeing you. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, so that means Ben and Tracy are going to be assisting Mark with the guessing process, which means they will be helping him guess where he works, why he was late, and how he eventually got to work. Again, guessing one of these things at a time. And I see Mark works at a fish hatchery.
Okay.
Oh, my computer is doing strange things. There we go. The screen went black on me for a moment, but
Is it doing something fishy?
the improv never stops, folks. So Mark works at a fish hatchery. Why was he late? He was late because his soap fell down the drain.
Oh,
You got to fish around and get that soap.
Yeah.
And then, how did he get to work? He rode a Segway.
Okay.
So Mark, again, works at a fish hatchery. He was late because his soap fell down the drain, and he eventually got to work by riding a Segway scooter. All right. This will be interesting, folks. So Ben, Tracy, which one of you wants to be the boss and get the speaking role?
I think Ben should be the boss.
All right.
Oh, okay.
You've been
Sure.
voluntold, Ben.
I'm aching to mime these things.
Excellent. So Ben will be the boss. Tracy will be miming. I'll potentially jump in and provide support if it's needed, but I have faith in the two of you. Otherwise, I'll be there doing the clapping. Anyway, let's go ahead and see how I bring Mark back in. Here he is. Come on back, Mark. Come on, Zoom. Now he's joining. Excellent.
All right. Well, okay. It's about time you showed your face here. Where have you been?
I feel like I had a little cold and it was hard to speak for a minute there. But, it's just, I tried my best to get here. I just couldn't be here on time.
Well, I mean, these days are adding up. Not too sure what to tell you, Craig. We may have to start scaling your pay.
Well, I was fishing for my family. It was quite a catch. It was a smallmouth bass.
Well, I'm ecstatic that you love what you do enough to share part of it with your family, but we've got clients. We need to serve the rest of them. We need you here to give them to everybody.
Yeah, well, at this fish restaurant, it's really a great opportunity, and also the catching. the fish nursery. Where yeah, I like working here, you know, and I really love. I'm passionate about fish. Not just the fish fillet, but all the fish.
Right, right. We are here to provide the world with our fish, and we need every hand on deck. It's the busy time of the year. So what was it today that stopped you from coming here fresh-faced?
Well, yeah, I was up all night washing my hands after murdering King Duncan.
Okay, washing hands is good. We emphasize hygiene. We want there, but like, do you have a particular kind of cleaner that you prefer?
Yeah. Like baby oil, yeah, and I like that. That's one of the ones I like, though. I don't think that's the one I use on this occasion.
No, I've heard tales of some of the wrestling you do on the weekends, and I appreciate your side hustle. But no, this is more to cleanse and clean the skin. But I just didn't know if that gave you some trouble today.
Yeah, I was having trouble with my loofah. Yeah.
Loofah's good. Yeah, you kind of you're able to use this to kind of really work up a lather in that, right? And you can reach all over.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was great. You know, it was kind of a extension loofah.
Well, I can appreciate that. You know, kind of in the shower, you want to have a firm grasp on what's in there. You just otherwise, like working here at the fish hatchery, you could just slip right out of your hands, right?
Yeah, and that's why when I'm using my loofah, I also use the soap on the rope.
Okay,
and it helps.
That's good. I could respect that. Sometimes I'll be honest. Sometimes I'm a little late. A little later than I want to be because it just goes right out of my hand, and who knows where it goes.
Exactly. Yeah. It could have been anywhere. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I couldn't find the soap on the rope. Yeah.
I mean, I've heard sometimes it could be tough to get the hair out of this from time to time. So I could just imagine if it goes right in there,
Oh yeah, and yeah, my soap on the rope went in the drain. It was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm not being mean. I'm the boss. I got to put the foot down. It's a busy time of year. We can't have you dropping things in the drain and being late. You're one of our best. So how in the world did you make it here when you did?
Well, it was a funny thing. It was I was standing there, just not doing much of anything, and then I saw a bicycle, and I decided to ride the bike, and and a friend of mine also had a bicycle. And so I hopped on the back or the front, and I rode here.
So you just go right past the four wheels. You're not a car person. You like the two wheels, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I mean, two seems excessive sometimes. So I met a friend with a unicycle, and they've got a lot on their plate. They've been juggling some, but they were able to give me a lift.
I can respect that. I've always wanted to try one, but it's so hard to get your balance. It's almost like if you had a gyroscope or something, it might help. But I guess it worked for you.
Oh yeah. It's kind of a family thing. My family's background is in the circus, So yeah, riding that unicycle is not that awkward for me as it used to be.
Well, I'd imagine not. I mean, if you can do one wheel, you can certainly handle this like a pro. Like you really every opportunity you lean into it, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's it's a personal driving thingy with two wheels on the thing, and it's got the gyroscope, and it is called something that I recall sometimes.
Excuse me, Mr. Boss person.
Yes.
Just wanted to check. The next shift is here. Is it time for them to transition to their shift? Wonder if it's time for a transition.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. Tell them yes, it is time to go from one to the other in a nice, smooth way. Yes.
Great. Sorry to change the topic. Sorry about that. That change of topic or direction. I'm just gonna see myself out.
I appreciate that. He's a respectful lad. I like him. So.
I'm sorry. To segue back to what we were talking about, I got the segue and I wrote it here.
Excellent. Well, okay. We'll like I said, you're one of our best. So I'll forgive, but we got to get to work. We got to get right to it. So thank you for fessing up.
Yeah. And I won't let the fish down again, sir.
Sounds good.
Round of applause for Mark, everybody, and for Ben and Tracy for helping him get these challenging mysteries here.
Yes, helping
Right.
is what I was doing. Helping.
I'm going to enjoy watching the replay.
All right, let's go ahead and move right on to our next game. Mark, I need to give you co-host privileges again, so you can roll that die. All right, let's have a roll. Number 9.
Number
Number
9.
9 is a little game called Director's Nightmare. And for this game, we need several suggestions from you in the audience. We need, first, just any one-word suggestions. Whatever words come to mind, make a suggestion of just the first word that comes to mind. Then we'll need several suggestions for emotions, then several suggestions for animals, and then finally several film styles. You can keep the emotions, the animals, and the film styles coming throughout the scene. You'll see why. We'll be coming back to them periodically. But let's get those suggestions rolling in, starting with some one-word suggestions. All right, I see some one-word suggestions in there. So you can go ahead and transition to those other things, emotions, animals, and film styles. And the way this game is going to work, I am going to be the director of a movie that's never been seen before. And our other 3 performers are going to be acting out that movie. And periodically, I'll be stopping to give some side coaching, some director's notes to change the flow or whatever else about the scene based on your suggestions. So while these suggestions are coming in, I'm seeing some emotions, a couple of film genres. Don't forget some animals as well. While those are all coming in, again, we as Roll the Dice perform the 2nd and 4th Friday of the month. Hope you enjoy watching us here. And the Big Canvas Theater, again, has Friday and Saturday shows. Also, if you think, hey, this looks kind of fun, and you think you might want to do some improv yourself, whether short form, funny bit type games like we're doing tonight, or long form improv, where you're actually acting out improvised longer scenes. We actually, as part of Big Canvas, are offering classes. Our classes start on August 8th for August 9th, we have short form and long form classes again at our Blackstone Theater. So if you're interested and want to know more, you can go to bigcanvascomedy.com and sign up. I see a number of suggestions coming in. Great. I think we're ready to go ahead and get started. So let's get our performers on stage.
Mark.
Tracy.
Yes, we begin every game with an introduction, as you probably noticed from all the other previous games where we've done that. This game, again, is called Director's Nightmare, and our word to start things off is apple. This is a movie inspired by the word apple. And question.
Mom, I just don't know how long I can stay in the family apple factory.
You know, it's been your father's lifelong dream that you take over the factory when he's gone. I'm afraid this is a forever deal, son.
But I don't want to make apples forever. I want to be a coal miner.
Son, I mean, the nectar of the sun is growing on there. You want to throw that away and envelop yourself in dirt and dark?
Yes.
No, apples are God's candy. Coal is
Right,
is
right.
the devil's dandruff.
Cut. There's some punchy dialogue. It's entertaining, but I don't really feel like it's got the right. Need to zhuzh it up a little somehow.
Mhm.
Tell you what, I think what we need is more emotion. We need to inject some emotion into this. Tracy, we're going to continue the scene here, but Tracy, I want you to be scared.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, you're going to be nauseous. Sure, that's an emotion. And then Mark, I want you to be elated. So Tracy, scared. Ben, nauseous. Mark, elated. And action.
I don't even know my own son anymore.
But I've got news. I was hired by the coal mine.
Oh no!
Son, I just have a hard time coming to grips with this change in your life.
But I can dig it.
Who's done this to you?
I'm going to have so much fun. I can pick my way to the bottom.
The bottom. No, it's dark and there's who knows what down there.
I hope you don't mind.
Oh, and
Cut.
and the
Okay,
puns.
this is going places, and I like what most of those places are, but not all of them. If I'm being honest, we need to make a few adjustments. I think we need to inject a little something else here. So Tracy, I want you to still be scared, but I want you to be a scared raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mark, keep the elated, but you're an elated emu.
Alliteration.
And then, I'll be honest, I don't think I want to know where nauseous is going from here. So we're going to get rid of that emotion. And you're just going to be an animal now. You're an elephant.
Okay.
The other two of you keep your emotions. And action.
I'm so excited.
No, this is red. It's all wrong.
I'm going to go so deep. I'm going to just stick my head in the ground, and there I'll be, looking around, having coal. You know, coal makes power.
Oh, power? No, you don't need power. It's already nice up here in the above ground in the dark. You know. And
Why, yes, son.
You can just eat them with this.
Absolutely. You don't want to forget the words of your wise mother.
Yes. Yes.
But I love coal mining.
I don't, I don't like it down there. There's it's that you can't find any good food down there in the mines. They don't even have proper like trash barrels you can dig around in. It sounds awful.
And cut. Look, we're almost there. I'm really liking the emotion. I think that the animals are working real well. The interplay between all of you is great. We need to ground it a little, and that's on me as your director. I probably should have done this from the beginning, but we need to pick a genre for this movie. So yeah, keep your animals, keep your emotions, but from here on out, it's a film noir. And action.
Ever since I told them that I was going to be a coal mining, they had been frustrated, acting weird, acting strange. I didn't know what to do about it. I'm just so excited.
Well, son, we're glad that you're excited. We are just heartbroken.
Aren't you proud to be a coal miner's father?
You would think so, but I can't forget what you said. And in that moment, I knew life would be different from here on out. My son going into the darkness to fulfill his life's dream. I know I should be happy, but I just can't. Fine, whatever, son.
I could feel my husband putting on a brave face as we send our only son into the deep, dark coal mines with nary but a canary to sing its way to safety. I just knew in that moment I may never see my son again.
I can't wait to. Oh, I've been shot. I'm still so happy though.
What? No! Will there be no end to the misery of your decision? No!
And just like any good noir, it ends in tragedy. Bravo, everybody.
I was acting in black and white. Could you tell?
I could tell it came through
Thank you.
loud and clear.
Thank you.
All right, let's get our die roller up for one, well, not one more game, one of several more games. Mark, let's have it. Number 17, there it is. Number 17 is a game called The Ocho. This is a game for all of us, and this will be interesting because we've never done this one where the host has to perform as well, but we'll make it work. We will roll with it. So for this game, we need a mundane household chore, any old household chore. So go ahead and drop your ideas for household chores in the chat. And the way this works, this is very timely. As you may know, the Olympics just started, where world-class competitors are competing in all sorts of incredible sports. We're not going to be doing that. Instead, we are airing ESPN 8, The Ocho, where the stakes and the nature of the competition are maybe a little more mundane. So instead of competing in world-class Olympic-type games, we will be competing in the World Championship of some household chore. And you will see two competitors duking it out for this World Championship, while two of us provide color commentary for this championship. So we are going to be seeing the World Championship of Dusting. So we need two performers to be our dusting experts, and then two to provide commentary. Tracy. We need one more expert, not expert, well, I guess champion. Mark and Tracy, you will be our champions. That means Ben and I will be providing the commentary for the World Championship of Dusting.
Okay.
All right. Boy, it's another fine day out here at the World Dusting Championships. Today's competition is for all the feathers.
Oh, absolutely right there, Chip. We picked an excellent venue, an older library, so there's going to be plenty for these champions, these warriors, to tackle for you today.
I tell you, you are not kidding, Dale. This is the dustiest place I have ever seen. The dust is, I would say, good 3 or 4 feet thick in some spots. Any normal duster would really have their work cut out for them, but these champions, they can take it. It's just a matter of who dusts the best, the fastest.
Absolutely. I am excited because our competitors are world renowned. Example, the first competitor, Helga Strecken, from a lone part in Denmark. Now, you would not think too much of how she carries herself, that she would be an expert in this. But once she gets down to business, watch out. She dominates the dust.
Oh, she is. Yes, she is our number one contender. Helga really is a fearsome force to be reckoned with a dustpan or with a feather duster. But I tell you, if I were a betting man, my money might be on our returning champion, Van Vanderschnitzel.
Mm-hmm.
He knows his way around a broom, let me tell you that. He knows how to twirl a Swiffer, how to manipulate a mop, how to dust a dustpan. I really need to work on my dustpan commentary, clearly. But you're not here to hear me talk. You're here to see them dust.
Oh, absolutely. We don't want to waste one more second, as these two competitors have fought their way through to the final round today. And what they've got ahead of them is a task that I wouldn't want to face. Could you explain what they're going to be doing?
Yes, that is a great question. This is not your everyday run-of-the-mill household, sweep it under the carpet dusting. No, they are going to be competing to clear the mountainous dust pile you see as fast as possible. Each of them has their own huge pile of dust, and the first one to get it all gone will be the winner. And as you can see,
and we are coming up right on the action, as it is just about, and we just got the green light, so they are off and running, and I am glad we are up here in the booth for both our lungs and the heated action.
Yes, I'm glad to be in a hermetically sealed booth up here. Wow. You see, Helga has one hand covering her mouth and is working with a surprisingly small feather duster. It's actually only one feather. I'm skeptical about that, but I suppose she knows what she's doing.
Interestingly enough, her sister is a paleontologist, and she has spent hours practicing with the small instruments. So you can see the family inspiration there. Wow.
Fascinating. On the other hand, Van is quite literally a bag of hot air, and you might see him blowing on the dust and waving it all around. Yes.
Helga's face guard defense has seemingly fallen. It has gotten into her nasal passages, and she's having an attack. Oh no!
Oh no! If I'm correct, it sure looks like Van is even blowing some dust from his pile at Helga. Oh, that's a dirty trick.
The voodoo blow. Wow. Vile.
Ooh. Oh, wow. I see Van's just throwing heaps of dust right at Helga. He's just getting his fists in there and Helga has broken out.
She's also a passionate Harry Potter fan, and you can almost hear the spells being mouthed out of her. It's just she is whirling away to fight back. She's fighting her way back in. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, she is. She's whipping a towel full of dust. Oh, it's you can barely see what's going on. In fact, it looks a little blurry around Helga. But she is soldiering on, and wafting that dust right into Van's eyes.
The sneeze
Oh.
attack after her patented
Oh,
triple dwarf Woogle Flam. I mean, I haven't seen that since '87.
the triple dwarf Woogle Flap of 87. I know we talk about it every year in this championship. And we just saw it in action again. And amazingly, though, Van is still going strong. He has a Swiffer in each hand and is going wild.
They seem to be about neck and neck as far as you can. I mean, it's a little bit cloudy in the air, but the judges are right on top of it as they're entering the final seconds countdown. Who will come away the victor?
It does look like both of their dust piles are dissipating. There's so much dust in the air, though, it's hard to see who is going to clear it first in these last few moments.
And it seems I can kind of catch a glimpse of the clock.
Helga's going for a sneeze.
4, 3, 2.
Oh, it's an after buzzer sneeze. Oh, look at. Oh no. Helga just sneezed a huge cloud of dust all across the room. Oh. And I think she may be down for the count.
I think yeah, it was close. And that final push, unfortunately, she's down, she's hurting, she's going to need medical attention because the returning champion has defended his crown today. Oh my goodness.
Winner by technical knockout is Van Vanderschnitzel, our two-time back-to-back champion.
Very well done. He did say on his social media that he just might win again, and he sure did.
You said it, Dale. You said it. Hey, everybody. And scene.
Tracy, you all right?
Never been better.
That was some serious mind reading.
Nice commitment. Yeah, man.
All right. Mark, give us a roll. We've got time for maybe 2 more games. Number 12 is a game called Two-Line Vocabulary. And for this game, I need, for each player, I'm going to need 2 lines of dialogue. So if you can post some just everyday statements you've heard, short sentences, and then several questions that someone might utter in everyday dialogue. And what's going to happen is we're going to have 3 performers. 2 of them are only going to be able to speak in these lines of dialogue we've picked for them. And the third one can say whatever they want and has to hold it together in a way that makes sense. So again, drop some just everyday statements, maybe something a family member said to you, a line of dialogue you heard on TV, something your boss said, random snippet you overheard from a stranger on the street, any short line of dialogue, and then any similar short questions that someone might utter. And once you do that, we also need a place, a suggestion for a place where 3 people might meet. All right, and while these are rolling in, if you want to stay up to date on what we Roll the Dice are doing and what Big Canvas, our comedy theater, is up to, you can find us on Facebook, Big Canvas Comedy, or as I said, bigcanvascomedy.com. You can find us on YouTube under Big Canvas Nebraska, Big Canvas NE. We're everywhere where you least expect us, and perhaps where you most expect us, such as the places I just told you to look. All right, and it looks like we've got some suggestions here. When we get our performers on stage, who are going to be our 2 dialogue users? Tracy and Mark. And then Ben, you can be the one to make sense of it all. So Tracy, a statement for you. Good morning, Captain.
Okay.
And your question, why does it smell like eggs?
Okay.
And Mark, your statement, I just bought some Bitcoin. And your question, what's for dinner? Okay. Tracy, what are your lines of dialogue?
Good morning, Captain. And why does it smell like eggs?
And Mark?
I just bought some Bitcoin. What's for dinner?
All right. And you are at a bar.
Okay. Oh, all right. End of the week. We are here to relax and let it out. And I can't think of two better people to share it with than you guys, huh?
I just bought some Bitcoin.
Good
Oh,
morning, Captain.
Yes, Lieutenant. I love it. Fantastic. I know you were just talking about that. Good for you. All right. Two over
What's for
here.
dinner? What's for dinner?
Oh, man. Oh, I didn't even think that far. How's Mexican sound?
Why does it smell like eggs?
I'm not sure. Maybe they're running a special. They just kind of throw things together. But maybe we can find another one. We can find a different restaurant. No problem.
I just bought some Bitcoin.
Okay. That's all right. Maybe the dinner will be on you and the drinks will be on me. Huh?
Good morning, Captain.
Yeah, Captain Morgan. Yeah, keep them coming, Barky. All right. Yeah. Woo.
Well, what's for dinner?
We'll get there. Trust me, I'm hungry. I'm just not sure. Mexican, Chinese, what? I'm up for whatever.
I just bought some Bitcoin.
Good morning, Captain.
Yeah, we're both happy for you. But, dinner will come later. We could even do like IHOP or whatever, like breakfast for lunch and dinner or something. Whatever.
Why does it smell like eggs?
Well, Fridays are sometimes like delayed satisfaction. Sometimes you expect one thing and sometimes it ends up smelling like eggs. I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. Maybe we'll figure it out.
Good morning, Captain.
What's for dinner?
And scene. I think we all learned a thing or two. I'll leave it up to you to determine what those thing or twos are. But it is, unfortunately, time for our very final game of the night. Yes, it's almost time for us to leave you. But before we do, we will leave you in stitches with a quick fire game. So Mark, please roll a 4-sided die so we can see what quick fire game we're going to play. Number 4. Number 4 is a little game called Seinfelding. And in this game, we just need you in the audience to drop suggestions for any word, any random one-word suggestions. And we're going to take as many of these as we can in the next several minutes and kind of riff on them in the form of like a Jerry Seinfeld monologue, where we'll take the general framework of what's the deal with blank, and then we'll tell a cheesy joke. You'll get it. It'll be funny. You'll laugh. So keep those suggestions coming. Drop as many of them in the chat as you can come up with. Even once we start, just keep them coming. We'll use as many as we can. And again, it's been our pleasure making you laugh tonight. Please join us again for our next show. Again, the 2nd and 4th Friday of the month. So our next show is going to be, checking my calendar real quick, August 13th. So look for us then. Same place on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook to keep up to date on what we and what Big Canvas as a whole are doing. Stop by the theater in the Blackstone District if you're in Omaha and feel so inclined. Consider signing up for classes either now or in the future. Classes are starting again August 8th and 9th. And then also down the line again. So if now doesn't work, consider joining us for classes in the future, and you too can perform on stage physically or virtually. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get all our performers on stage and we'll make you laugh. Our first suggestion, traffic jams.
Okay.
Hey, what is the deal with traffic jams? Why do they call it jam? It always leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Me. What's the deal with traffic jams and being forced to think about your life? I drive to get away from my life. How dare you force me to face the things I'm running from?
What's the deal with traffic jams? Why is everybody stopped in front of me? Don't you want to go where you're going? I want to go where I'm going.
Me. What's the deal with traffic jams? I have never met anyone who traffics in jam.
Me. What's the deal with traffic jams? If they are anything like paper jams, it's the machine's fault, not the user.
All right, let's get another suggestion. Hail.
What's the deal with hail? Why is the rain solid? It should be liquid. It's just not right.
Me. What's the deal with hail? Why is it we say all hail someone in charge when otherwise we consider hail a bad thing that falls from the sky and punches holes in your roof? It doesn't make any sense.
Me. What's the deal with hail and how we used it to say welcome our leaders? Hail Caesar, hail this. Why not just be friendly to your friends? It's a little aggressive.
Me. What's the deal with hail? And why do people keep telling me to go there? Why would I go to frozen rain? That doesn't make sense.
Me. What's the deal with hail? We always describe it like golf ball size. I mean, who's lobbing all these golf balls at us? I mean, come on. Get a better game, everybody in the sky.
Let's get another suggestion. We have dirt.
What's the deal with yours? Where TP is not cool enough? Now we need another dwelling that I haven't heard of?
Me. Now, what's the deal with dirt and how someone figured we need to be 6 feet under it when we die? Was there somebody that fought that process and said, oh, 3 feet's too shallow for old Bill over there, better double it next time?
Me. What's the deal with dirt? Why isn't we want juicy gossip or the secrets about something? We ask for the dirt on it. In every other context, we want to get rid of dirt. Let's get another suggestion. We got time for one or two more. Erasers.
What's the deal with erasers? They don't really erase. They just kind of smear it around. They should call it smearers.
Hey, what's the deal with erasers? I mean, come on. It's just making a bunch of liars out of us. Own your mistakes.
All right, let's get one more suggestion to round out our night. Ducks. Me. What's the deal with ducks? Why is it when we're telling someone to get organized, we tell them to get their ducks in a row? Who's just out there lining up ducks? And what does that have to do with broader organizational skills? I don't think duck management is a generalizable skill.
Hey, what's the deal with ducks? And why do we use that word to mean to lower yourself to move out of the way of something? Are ducks just preternaturally good at dodging things? I've never seen a duck not get hit by something.
Me. What's the deal with ducks and flying in a V? I mean, why are they just ignoring all the other letters of the alphabet? I, for one, would love to see a feathered noble X.
And scene. That's our show, everybody. Keep your eyes out for us on YouTube. Keep your eyes on the sky for ducks flying in an X. You never know. But it's been our pleasure making you laugh in the comfort of your own home tonight, from the comfort of our own homes. Again, collectively, we are Roll the Dice. I'm your host, Josh.
I'm Tracy.
Ben.
And we are so in sync, we're talking at the same time. It's wonderful. It's been wonderful entertaining you all tonight. Until next time, have a great